1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome and say hi. And okay, start again. Welcome and say hi. And I'll put your name on the list if you'd like a reading. And let me know what you'd like me to tell you about. I'm going to be online for about an hour. And we can just see how we go for an hour. It's probably about, if you do want a reading, it's probably about 5 minutes each. And these are free readings. If you want, you can buy me a coffee. I have a PayPal link in my profile, but that's not compulsory. So we have 29th October 2023, 6 p.m. GMT. Hello and welcome. I'm going to be online for about an hour. It depends on how many people come on. Sometimes there's more people than other times. If it's less crowded, then that means more time per person, or it might mean I stop earlier. So say hi and I'll pop your name down and then I'll know who came online first. And then if you want a reading, I can give you a reading. So hi everyone, I'm reading live for you this evening, coming from Berlin in Germany. So it's actually about 7 o'clock here. We're starting at 6 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time. So that seems to be kind of a good time for people in Europe and maybe some people in America. Maybe not quite so good if you're in Australia, middle of the night. But for that, I will probably have to get up really early or stay up really late. But we'll see. I might do that in November sometime. So if you just come online, say hi in the chat. I'll put your name on the list. And then if you want me to do a reading for you, just let me know. Send me a message. Readings are free. If you're happy with the reading and if it was a nice experience, you're very welcome to buy me a coffee, but that's not compulsory. There is a PayPal link in my profile. And I'm shuffling my cards here and preparing myself mentally for the first reading. We have 3 decks today. We have the Aquarian deck in a tin, which is the one I'm going to start with. Oh, hello, it's the 999 show. Hello. You're in Zoom Church. Okay. Hi 999 show. I went to your channel yesterday, liked it very much. And yeah, you suggested that I might do something a bit later, like 8 o'clock GMT. That's a bit late for me when I'm in Germany. That's 9 o'clock in Germany. But when I'm in London, I might be able to do that time. So 999, I'll put you down as the first person to say hi. And if by any chance you want me to read for you this evening, just let me know. I was just telling the guys which tarot packs I've got today. We've got the Aquarian Tarot in a tin, this old favourite from the 70s, and another 70s deck. We've got the Morgan Greer, the tinned version. And we have the Smith-Waite Centennial deck, which is very nice as well. And I'm just shuffling my cards and waiting for the first person to ask for a reading. I have an intuition that it might be a bit quiet this evening, but that's okay as well. If it is quiet, it means there's less pressure on me, and it can mean, if you like, that I might be able to give each person more time. On the other hand, if you don't need me to read for you, it's perfectly fine just to stay and watch. If there's no readings, just chat. Tell me how you are. Unfortunately, I can't hear you, but I can see your messages. Okay. But the thing is, 999, I can't... If you've got the volume off, I'm not quite sure how I can read for you. We shall see. But you know, the thing about being a performer of sorts is that one turns up, doesn't one? Here's someone, another message has come through. Jennifer Ball's Witch Hour, new subscriber. Hello, Jennifer. Could I get a reading concerning a new journey I'm embarking on? Yes, you may. You're the first person to ask this evening. Jennifer, let me know, would you like to be more specific, or would you just like to leave it at that? Would you just like me to read for you just on the strength of what you've just said? I usually do about 5-minute readings for people. They are free, but you can buy me a coffee if you want. There is a PayPal link on my profile, but that's not important. So I'm shuffling the cards for Jennifer now. I'm just seeing if Jennifer wants to give me any more specifics on that question. Maybe we have a slow connection, but you know, technology is wonderful. We've got a connection. Hello, Francis. Oh, thank you, Francis. Francis, do you want a reading this evening? A little 5-minute reading? If so, I'm here. Jennifer. a new spiritual path. Okay. A reading concerning a new journey I'm embarking on. Okay, Jennifer, fine. I can read with that information. I'm going to keep it quite abstract as well, okay? But let's shuffle for Jennifer, a reading concerning a new spiritual path she's embarking on. Now, Jennifer, I'm going to shuffle, and I would like you to tell me, please, should I take the left pile, the middle pile, right pile, and then I'll give you the reading. If you just type into the chat, Jennifer, left, middle, or right? Middle. Okay, good. Okay. It's all about people, Jennifer. This is very interesting. I've put down 4 cards for you. I've got your issue card. We've got Knight of Pentacles, and we've got 3 advice cards. We've got Queen of Wands. We've got the Page of Swords, reversed, and the King of Cups, reversed. So it seems to me that in this new spiritual path that you are embarking on, what is going to be tested is in a sense the extent to which you can really be present and stick with it. And just be there, you know. Now, the Knight of Pentacles doesn't run away. The Knight of Pentacles has his or her feet on the ground and is not in motion. The Knight of Pentacles, he is a knight, and he is quite a powerful, dynamic person, but he, at the moment, is in one position. He's in one place, looking around for what he is called upon to do. Now, it seems that what you are called upon to do in this particular journey is to, Queen of Pentacles, to be quite forceful. And it's quite a strong feminine archetype, isn't it? The Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is quite a strong feminine archetype in that she is quite in touch with her body, her sexuality, you could say, her power as a woman. And she also has a black cat, so that often also connects her with a certain kind of psychic power as well. Now, if you have that forcefulness, and if that's where you're going with this, that it's more than forcefulness, it's quite assertive. We have 2 warnings against, 2 energies that I want you to avoid here. One is they're both about sort of distance from other people and staying aloof from other people, aren't they? We have the Page of Swords, who's a bit of a spy, a bit of an observer, and we have the King of Cups, who can be this person whose throne is on the water and therefore a bit unreachable. So it seems to me, Jennifer, that the test here is really, if you're going to be strong and powerful and forceful, and to some extent, Queen of Wands is a card of ego in the best sense of saying, like, I'm here. This is about me. This is about me fulfilling myself and being really present in a really strong way. To balance that out, you are required to be really present and helpful and protective of other people, and not to be aloof. You're a Leo. Queen of Wands is your significator. Good. So this is quite good stuff. But the cards want you to not be distant from other people, and the cards want you to not be someone who stands back and observes and takes notes. If this was a video, I could edit it, but I can't. So yeah, lots of people. One king, one queen, one knight, and one page. You've got a full house there. And you've also got cups, swords, wands, and pentacles. So you've really got everything, haven't you, Jennifer, on this spiritual, on this path that you're embarking on. Seems like a lot of balance. It seems like very... like you're very connected, certainly, with these tarot images. If it's an esoteric path, I think that you're probably very in tune with it already. Okay, it's 1914. I'm going to stop now, Jennifer. I hope that was helpful. I can see that Francis has left a question, so I'm going to move on to Francis. So with a deep breath, I clear Jennifer's cards off the table, and thank you very much for your attention. Okay, so we clear that reading out of the space, and I'm going to go back in the chat and look at Francis's question. I would love to know if I will soon find a home, or what is blocking me from finding one. We have been looking for some time. Would you mind giving me any info? Okay, so you are looking, what is blocking me from finding a home? I think, Francis, that I might do another 3 or 4 card reading there, an issue and issue an advice card. Let me just intuitively just check what kind of reading I want to give you. No, I'm going to give you 7 cards, and we're going to use Morgan Greer. So, Francis, I'm going to try and pack this into 5 minutes, but we might overrun a bit because we're not very crowded this evening. We've got 9 people online. Guys, if anyone else is online, and if you think that you might like a reading, just say hi so that I know where you are in the queue. And you can leave me your question whenever you feel like it. Okay, so this is a 7-card reading for Francis Smith on the subject of her finding a home. The subject of the feeling of being blocked around the home. So basically the subject is the finding of the home. And Francis, I'd like you to tell me whether you would like me to use the left pile, the middle pile, or the right pile. Just type that into the chat, could you? Althea, I see you're there. Hello, Althea. Roots and waves, Ang. Hello, roots and waves, Ang. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm just going to do a reading for Francis. If anyone else has a question, let me know what it is. And it's not very crowded this evening. I think everyone can have 5 or 6 minutes if they want. We shall see. Francis, if you can hear me, I need you to type into the chat, please, left, right, or middle. And when you do that, I'll start your reading. The left. Okay, got it. Environment, obstacles, okay. Reversals. I can see that there have been, there have been a number of defeats for you, Francis, in this search for the house. And I can actually see that the environment is kind of weird at the moment. That's your environment card, okay, the Tower. Now, the Tower is not really a disaster card. The Tower is a card where you are... I see it as a card of chasing the demons. I see it referring to Jesus chasing the devils out of hell. The harrowing of hell. So psychologically, it's a card when when certain sort of demons, like negative beliefs or traumas or wounds, they come to the surface and they trigger you, and they might trigger you. They might make you feel bad, or they might make your life go bad. But the thing is, when you're chasing the demons from the house, you have to deal with this. So in this situation, okay, there's some sort of blockage, something blocking you from getting a home. So the suggestion is something's happening psychologically in you at the moment. You could ask yourself, when you have bad luck finding this home, how does it make you feel? Does it make you think of anything? Does it make you think of anything that happened to you in the past which is unresolved? Now, you will inevitably chase these demons out. They will come out. That's what's happening to you anyway. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, Francis. I can't get the camera onto the 3 piles of cards. So I just ask people left, right, or middle. Okay. You've got, in the present, you've got an Ace of Swords. Now that means that even though in the past the time wasn't really right, I think the time has come round now. An ace is a beginning card, no matter what people say, and the Ace of Swords particularly gives you the kind of like a divine endorsement. And coming up, you've got 2 strongly supportive people cards coming up. In your future conditions, you've got the Queen of Pentacles coming up. Now, for me, that's sometimes a mother-type figure. It's connected with the Empress archetype, and it's someone who has resources. And you've also got in the advice position a King of Pentacles, another person with resources. So it seems to me that if you want advice, and it's not... Okay, so the advice in this situation is to look for support. It could be either one of these people. Now I don't know whether it could be your parents, or it could be could be two completely different non-family people. They might not even be connected to each other, but it looks like they are a bit connected. And it looks like those figures, whoever they are, have the key to kind of like breaking this deadlock. Now, I think just a second. Obstacles. It seems to me, in your obstacles position, I've got some more negative people here. I've got a reversed page of rods who should be helping you, and I've got a reversed emperor. It seems somehow that there need to be more people involved in this search for a home. It seems. I mean, this page of rods is a scout. I mean, if anyone's like an estate agent, it's the page of rods, but it's either not the right person or it's someone or there isn't a person there. It's somehow that kind of support isn't there, or there isn't enough of it. And equally with your reversed emperor. So there are quite a lot of people on the table at the moment, and I think you need to ask for support. I think you need to reach out. Hello, Tarot Destroyer. Thank you for that. Francis, it's 7:25. I'm going to finish your reading now. Take a deep breath. Have a think. I hope it's helpful. I think, as I say, I think with this card, change will come anyway. That blockage is going to be cleared anyway. It just might be a stormy time, and you might have to kind of like get upset about it and just let it happen and just let those emotions come. And then on the other side of those emotions, you might find it just happens. Okay, Francis, I'm going to clear away the cards. Guys, it's not very crowded this evening. I can give everyone 5 or 6 minutes. These are free readings. You're welcome to buy me a coffee if you want. There is a PayPal link in my profile. And I'm going to go back to the chat and see who is next. Althea came online, Roots and Waves came online, and Jamie Lynn came online with a question. Jamie, I might be... The little profile pics are tiny on my phone, but is that Jamie as in female Jamie or male Jamie? I can't see in the picture. Doesn't really matter. So I'm gonna read for Jamie next. Okay, Francis, good luck. Female Jamie, thought so. Hi Robert, love your channel, thank you. I'm wondering whether or not it would be wise for me and my co-workers to ask for a raise. Our bosses keep raising prices but not passing any along to us workers. Okay, so it's a kind of yes-no question, but I think in tarot terms, I prefer not to use yes-no spreads. I think I'm going to do just a 7-card horseshoe for you, okay, Jamie? It's 7/27, 1927-ish, and let's shuffle. And as I shuffle, Jamie, just have, I'm going to put down three piles onto the table. You won't see them, but it's just so you can be a bit involved in the shuffling. What I do is I shuffle, I put down 3 cards, and then you just tell me, I'm sorry, I put down 3 piles, and you just tell me whether you want me to read from the left pile, the right pile, or the middle pile. So this is Jamie, and the question is to do with her and her co-workers asking her boss for a raise. Right, okay. Everyone's afraid. Okay. I'm going to take the middle pile. Just finish shuffling. Jamie and the co-workers and the raise. Okay, reversals. 1, 2. Okay. Environment, obstacles. Environment. Okay. So I'm just going to tell you what occurs to me as it occurs. It's good that you're not isolated, Jamie. It's good that you have that solidarity. And oddly enough, I feel that you and your co-workers, because this reading is for you and your co-workers, you are slowly moving into a position of power. I mean, I think the main advice, if you'd like to see the card, that's a 2 of rods in the present position. Going for the most interesting card, the advice card here, Page of Swords. The advice is to observe, okay? So the advice I would say is not to ask right now. As you go into the future, 6 of Cups, there will be the likelihood of a reward for the effort that you have made in the past. So the circumstances, the conditions in the future are better than they are now. Let me just have a look at the obstacles. I think it is quite a dangerous position. It is quite a dangerous situation. You've got a tower in the obstacles position, and the tower can sometimes refer to an action which provokes misfortune, provokes a bad outcome. As you say, that your co-workers are afraid of the boss, that he tends to fire people. Just a second, I'm going to check that. Bosses. I just said he, but I'm not even sure that your boss is a woman. It is a man. I've got this Queen of Rods in the obstacle position here. Maybe that's someone on the management side of the firm. I think the outcome's quite good. The way it's going is quite good. You've got Page of Pentacles in your ultimate outcome card. Now, Page of Pentacles is quite good at handling financial situations. The Page of Pentacles is not someone who is provocative or goes to battle. but is thorough and gets things done and is serious. Page of Pentacles is quite ambitious actually, and can be quite successful. Yeah, I think your manager here is one of the main obstacles. So I think what I'm getting here is don't push ahead in an aggressive way. I would say wait and observe, okay? And I can't, as a tarot reader, I've never really felt that one can predict timings and say, well, you know, this will happen in the next 2 weeks, this will happen in the next 2 months, this will happen in the next 6 months. But the actual feeling now from this reading is to wait, to not rock the boat too much, but to know that no matter how frustrated or aggrieved you might feel at the moment, I think the conditions will change, and one way or another, there'll be more of a reward for you and your co-workers. Okay. Jamie, it's 1934. I'm going to stop now your reading. I hope that was helpful. I'm going to clear the cards away and take a deep breath and see if anyone else wants reading, okay? Jamie, you're very, very welcome. Good luck with that. Okay, I'm rotating my decks here. I'm going to go back to the Morgan Greer. And I'm going to just check the chat to see if anyone else is waiting for a reading. Roots and Waves. Althea Prince. I would like a reading but can't seem to connect to the live stream. Oh, that's a pity. Maybe this is a sign to try another time. Althea, I will be back in 1, 2, 3 weeks actually. So I've read for Jamie. I don't think Tarot Destroyer is going to ask for a reading. Okay. I'm here now, and it seems that we have some people online, but no one with a pending question. So let's just hang out for a couple of minutes. You can also ask me just ordinary questions, like, you know, human being questions, if you like, or just tell me how you are. Angie, how do I deal with a manipulative co-worker? Oh, hello 999. Okay, I am going to put down some simple cards for Angie. It's 1736. No, it's not. It's 1936 in Germany. How does Angie deal with a manipulative co-worker? Okay. Angie, you won't be able to see the piles that I put down on the table, but I'd like you to tell me, should I use the right pile, the left pile, or the middle pile? Just type it into the chat. Guys, these are free readings, but you can buy me a coffee. And if enough people buy me a coffee, I might be able to buy myself lunch. Right, okay. There are the piles. Angie. Hmm. Interesting. There seems to be quite a lot of sort of, I'm getting pentacles and cups, Angie, and I'm getting 9s, 10s, and 3s. Now, your manipulative coworker is quite strange. Your manipulative coworker seems to sometimes be quite jolly and to want to project this aura of everything's okay and aren't we all happy and aren't I sweet and I'm so unaggressive. And yet this person is a problem to you, okay? Is manipulating you in ways that I don't know about, but I take your word for it. Now, the only way I think to deal with this person is to realize that you have come quite a long way. You're not a beginner. You have resources. You're like the woman in the 9 of Pentacles who has this hawk. And the woman already has good things in her life, but she has the resources, the hawk, in other words, to advance and get more success. So you actually have your own resources which will make you successful. And you need to remember that. And you need to keep your eyes on the goal. Keep your eyes on the rainbow and know that you will get that. Okay, so it's a matter of don't allow yourself to be reduced and don't allow the coworker to diminish your self-confidence or your belief in your own abilities and your own future. And you don't... What I also want to say is that you've done the groundwork. There's a reverse 3 of Pentacles here. You've done the basic work. You don't have to go back and redo basic parts of whichever job we're talking about here. You don't have to go back and learn. You don't have to, in other words. You are up and running already. These relationship questions are quite tricky, aren't they? But have a think about those images, those cards, and see if it makes you feel stronger. I hope it will. Okay, Angie, I'm just taking a breath. And I'm finishing with your reading. You have more experience, Angie. It's true. It's true. You don't have to go back to the nursery slopes. So just hang on to what you know, okay? Deep breath. I'm going to close that reading and make myself available in case anyone else wants reading. It's 1942. You're welcome, Angie. And Jamie asks, when is your book coming out? Oh, Jamie, I've been so busy during the pandemic. I mean, I wrote the book during the pandemic. It's co-written with my friend Michael Attivar. And yeah, we sent it to some agents and some publishers, but we realized that agents and publishers don't really read books anymore these days. They just see what comes out on Kickstarter and then they back whichever projects do well on Kickstarter. So the authors have to take all the risk and do all the work. So that's what we're going to do. I have to take a deep breath though and do our Kickstarter campaign. And so I'm clearing my desk. I'm reducing my commitment so that 2024 will be my writer year, my book year. I've got a couple of things. And I would like to launch that book on Kickstarter next year. So hopefully it'll be there. And of course, I will make a big fuss about it on my YouTube channel. So if you stay tuned, you'll find out about it. Cool. I have one backer. Thank you very much. Okay, everybody, I can see there's 5 people online. Is there anybody who wants a reading? I'm probably going to stay here till 8 o'clock in Germany, that is, 7 o'clock in London, 7 o'clock GMT, and I'm available. I worked on the lighting a bit this time because I saw a recording of last week's live, and didn't like the way I looked. So now we have some softer lighting. Look, I'll show you. A bunch of flowers, ladies and gentlemen, for soft lighting. If you've just recently joined, I am Robert Farrar. This is Tea and Tarot. This is a live hour. I'm available to give short 5-minute tarot readings to anybody, or you can ask me anything, we can chat. I've got my cards right here. I'll be here for another quarter of an hour. The readings are basically free. If you like the reading, you can buy me a coffee, as they say. There is a link to my PayPal in my profile, but that's totally optional. I'm happy just to be here and read and say hi and have fun with you guys. Oh, thank you, 999 Show. A little bit of mystery is quite good because I think we're talking about the inner self, you know, the self of the dream world and so forth, aren't we? That the inner self that has access to, you know, intuition. And so I think it's quite nice to create a feeling of to sort of connect with our dream selves. And so, you know, I'm a performer anyway, and so I guess I bring some of that into my tarot practice. Not that I mean that this is just a performance. It's not just a performance, but the performance side of it helps me to go into the dream world where maybe some of the answers are, maybe some of the advice is. Has anybody said hi? Is there anybody that I've missed? What is the weather like today in Germany? Says 909 Show. It's a bit damp. It's not so cold, but it's getting there. It's going to be cold soon, isn't it? Oregon's really nice. I once went walking in the virgin forests in Oregon. It was an unforgettable experience. I walked up to the foot of a glacier and I picked up a tiny little petrified twig, sort of little bit of wood that had probably been there for 1 million years in the glacier, and I still have it somewhere. That was 20 years ago. Guys, it's 10 to 8 here in Germany. I have the feeling that I might have finished reading for today, but I will stay here till 8 or so. And let's see if anyone else comes online. And while I'm here, you can ask me questions. Have I missed anything? 909 Shares says, you mentioned that you started Art Tarot at 17. How long did it take you to figure it out? Well, actually, I started tarot at 19. It's quite interesting because when I started tarot, I had a very bad attitude. I was just doing it as a kind of a joke, you know, a bit like Whoopi Goldberg in Ghost. I was a fraud. And I just kind of wanted, I must have been a horrible brat when I was 19 because I just wanted attention. I just wanted to be a more important person. And so I got some tarot cards. I mean, I got these Aquarian deck, and I read people's tarot after dinner, you know, with other people watching, which is a terrible thing to do. And I didn't even believe in it. I was just thought, oh, I'll get some attention. And I bought myself a book and I looked up some readings. It was Alfred Douglas's The Tarot. And the thing was that it worked. And people were really kind of sort of surprised and I suppose impressed is the word, but people were quite sort of, I noticed people were quite shocked at how accurate it seemed to be. So then I had to rethink, I had to become more humble about it and realise that it wasn't a joke, it was real, and there was something there, and I had to take it more seriously. So then I had this book, Alfred Douglas's The Tarot, and it was quite good, and I just studied the book very carefully, and there's a part of the book where all the meanings of the cards are written down. There's a paragraph on each card, and I wrote that out myself in my own handwriting in a book, so that I forced myself to focus on that. So I basically copied that section of the book out for myself, and I just tried to remember the meanings as much as I could. And so then I just did my best for about 30 years or something, and then maybe more than 30 years. And then later, when the COVID started, I decided to take it to the next level. And then I did much, much more reading, and I started this channel. So this channel is partly about me becoming more professional and going into it in more depth. But I think you can do good readings right at the start of your tarot practice, even if you haven't really figured the whole thing out. I think it helps to have some kind of book or some kind of little white book which has good solid meanings in it. I would advise anyone who's starting out with tarot not to get too involved in traditional reversed meanings because they're very negative. I would say just use the use a good set of upright meanings by a good author. And if you get the card that's reversed, if you want to use reversals, just think of that as some sort of blockage or a negation of the meaning or a delay around that card. But I would say don't use traditional reverse meanings, that they're too negative. Especially with the court cards. People say, oh, the reverse queen of whatever is an absolute bitch. I think that's terrible. I think if you have a reverse court card, it means that person is absent, or that person has an opinion which is not helpful, or something like that. But don't use these reverse meanings like, oh, the reverse King of Swords is evil. It's just horrendous. No one's evil. But people might be unhelpful or might be misunderstanding you. That's different. It's more about your relationship with that court card, I think. Okay, last call for a reading. Oh, Chica del Sur, I remember you from, I think it was last week, wasn't it? The last reading would be at 7:55 here in Germany, which is sort of now. So let's see. And if no one really wants a reading, then I will probably log off in 5 minutes or so. But it has been fun, hasn't it? Hi, yes. Oh. Chica del Sur, you do have a question for me? If you do, let me know. And then that will probably be the last reading for this evening. Okay. Well, does anyone, okay, I have another question. Does anyone online have any question about reading tarot? Because I would be very happy to just give a tip or help out with any problem or issue, or just like anything you might be inquisitive about. Oh, the internet is acting up. I'm sorry to hear that, Carefree Explorer. It seems to be, from my point of view, everything seems to be fine, but it could be that my internet is not so great, causing slow responses. It might be my internet. But I don't know. We would have to get some sort of clever, faster connection. And maybe next year. Angie, do I use the Celtic Cross often? No, I don't. I've stopped using it. When I first started out, it was in all the books, and it was, the big spread. And I find it's too many cards on the table, and I don't like this thing of the first two cards, this card covers you, this card crosses you. I just don't like it, actually. I think there are loads of much better spreads around. Jamie asks, do you think a lot of the old traditional meanings are no longer applicable? Yes, absolutely, I do think that. And, you know, like if you look at some of these books, even from the 70s, Eden Gray's books, she was a great popularizer, but, you know, she had assembled these meanings, and you look through her book and there's one card means you're going to get an inheritance, and the other card means you're going to get an inheritance. That happens like twice in the pack. Reversed Three of Swords or something means, you know, danger of civil war. You know, these old traditional meanings are completely not applicable. I think what you have to do is to find researchers and writers that you like. I think it's really interesting to know what the traditional meanings were, and you can use bits of them, and you can have a feel for what the cards used to mean in the old days. And then you have to make it modern, because we live in the modern world. I think people had a more negative attitude towards divination in the older days. People were quite fearful. There's a lot of very negative meanings in the reversed meanings. You know, betrayal, cruelty, all this sort of thing. And I think, you know, everything changed in the 20th century, and people just want to, people are looking for positive ways to live their lives, and people are looking for positive beliefs and positive things to focus on. So it's that sort of angle which we really need for tarot meanings. And personally, I've got a positive meaning for every card in the pack. Nine of Swords, in the Nine of Swords, you see on the bedspread there are roses, you know, God's love, and there are astrological signs, advice from the universe. On the Ten of Swords, it's the nadir, it's the low point of the cycle, so that it means that things must now start getting better. The Death card is transformation, and so on and so on. I must concentrate on reading cards in relationships with one another. And on Nine Show, there are many books that give case study examples. There's a writer called Anthony Louis who gives case study examples. I mean, I would say, I don't like them very much, but I would say about 50% of tarot books do give case study examples. Robert M. Place is quite a good writer, and he gives case study examples. Cards in relationship with one another, it's a huge, huge topic. There's a lot of writing on it. Again, I just think you have to be intuitive about it. I think that's really where intuition kicks in. But people used to talk about cards in relationships with each other, and people used to have rules for this is how you read it, and this is how you don't read it. You know, a pentacle next to a sword or something, and this was considered to be strong or weak. I think those rules are quite confusing, and I think it's better just to look at all the cards on the table and have a feeling for what their meanings are, and then just let your mind connect them by making up stories about them. So I'm going to stop now. Wilma Jackson, thank you for sharing that important story, and I hope you get over your terrible tragedy. Okay, everyone, bye for now. Oh, by the way, next reading, I won't be coming online next Sunday, which I think is the 5th of November, and I won't be coming online on the 12th of November. So those 2 November Sundays are out, the first 2 Sundays in November. And then after that, I will be back. Okay, everyone, thank you very much for being with me and keeping me company. I hope it was fun. I'll be back in November and I will announce what time I will be back in my posts on YouTube and I guess in my posts on Instagram as well, but more on YouTube. Stay well. Bye.